Let's get the insights of infectious disease expert, Dr. Benjamin Ko. Thank you so much for joining us, Doctor. The number of cases in NCR Plus on the decline, but in the other regions of the country, we're seeing a surge. Is this because Metro Manila is being prioritized over the other parts of the country?
Hi, good evening, Rico. Well, to answer that question, I don't think so, that it's Metro Manila that's being prioritized over the other regions. It just so happens that if you see increasing cases in NCR and then there is a decline, and you're looking at variants, then the variants, because of the movement from the NCR into the other regions, will take almost about 2 months before you will see the other regions increase in cases.
So there has been a sort of like a delayed effect of these various variants in the other regions. But it starts off in Metro Manila.
Yes.
So what do you think, Doctor, should be done then?
Well, personally, then we probably should limit the travel outside of the National Capital Region into the other regions outside of NCR. Unfortunately, I don't think that's something that's acceptable to the DTI, neither is it acceptable to the Department of Tourism. Because I think they're very ready to make people move out of the National Capital Region to enjoy the tourism and the trade industry.
So basically, what we have to do is just create a bubble between NCR Plus and keep the regions that have a surging number of cases out of Metro Manila, because Metro Manila is the economic hub of the country.
Right, but that's not something that's going to happen very soon, anytime very soon. See? Like, for example, we have the IATF having to wait until June before they declare stricter restrictions in the other parts of the region. I mean, if you see cases like these, like Iloilo City is one of those. You know, there are different cities that have increasing average daily attack rates, and the highest is actually Puerto Princesa. And then that's followed by other regions, like other cities, like Iloilo City, General Santos, Baguio City, and Cagayan de Oro, to mention a few. Bacolod City is another one.
And last,
so if we're looking,
earlier this week, I was talking to the Negros Medical Society, and they were saying the major hospitals in Dumaguete City, which is the capital of Negros Oriental, is already reaching full capacity, and they need a sort of like a time out with restrictions now moving to ECQ.
Exactly. So why do we want to wait until June 1 before you declare something like that?
So,
right? I mean, before you go to a stricter quarantine, why do we want to wait until that period?
So
when we can declare it now.
So, Doctor, could the solution also be moving a larger chunk of vaccines to these areas which are experiencing a surge?
Well, that's one of the solutions only. I think what needs to happen is that these areas should go into a stricter lockdown first, and then you can move a certain proportion of the vaccines to these areas. But I think our overall problem is that we're not getting enough for the country. So even if we try to move the vaccines left and right, we're trying to move them from one area to another area because of the different surges in the other regions. Basically, what's going to happen is that it's still NCR that remains to be the major epicenter. 20%, about 18 to 20% of the total cases per day come from only one region. That's National Capital Region.
So briefly, Doctor, given the current status in Metro Manila, the decline in infections, should NCR Plus remain in GCQ with heightened restrictions, or should we see a further loosening of these restrictions?
Well, I guess we should stay in GCQ as recommended, but maybe the heightened restrictions can be eased up.
Thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word, and have a great weekend, Dr. Benjamin Ko.